Alright folks, here's the Banshee Pro 300 from Vango. Under 200 with shipping, and it's like in the same design as the Fjällräven. It seems a little tighter like this, but it's wider here. It's definitely taller than the Fjällräven 2-man tent. I should probably bring the Abisko and do a double comparison, but maybe later. But in fact, this is awesome. Tunnel right here. Awesome. Goes through. The window here, you have pockets everywhere. Pocket up here as well. One pocket here. Pockets all around the side as well as here. Sides as well. I'm 6'2" and my feet go from here and my head is right about here. So it is for people who are very tall, it may be, your head may be jamming up in here. But it's said it's to be a 3-person tent, but it's more of a 2-person, you know, if you're somewhat big. And basically has these little poles, and as you can see, these snaps go on different directions to lock it in place. Very nice. They're color coded, red and yellow. Here's the back. There's a lot of ventilation. I'll take you inside here real quick. Let's go inside here. Let's just jump in here real quick. And as you can see, I'm 6'2". There's my feet going down there. Boom. My head is here, so I am pretty much pushed up in here. And that's my feet over there, if you can see. Okay, you can see so it's not a super, you know, for probably super big people, you're gonna be touching this. I just keep my hand on at night. Has adjustable stuff up there, but I love the fact that there's two doors, completely see out the opposite side, which is super cool. Okay, super cool. The floor is pretty good and pretty thick, and a lot of, as you can see, this fabric here is very translucent. The inner tent is very translucent. Here's ventilation ports here and there as well, but it's very translucent. You can see the tarp, you can see the outer layer through that tarp. I mean, I can see it. You can see here, see? So it definitely is, the zippers work great. So overall, pretty good design tent, but the 300 is definitely for 2 people, not 3, unless you're really cozy, which you're basically sleeping on top of each other. But very, very cool. The Vango Banshee 300. It is wide up in the front. I'm seriously, that thing is wide in the front. And it has a very steep ceiling here. My only concern in the heavy snow, whether or not this will start sagging here in the heavy snow and actually catch and start capturing snow here like this. I'm afraid snow may capture right here at the bottom. So that's my only concern with the Fjällräven Abisko. It's tighter. It's not as, this you can see is not a total dome. It's flatter on the top. So that creates a flatter canopy here, which I'm worried that if I have a heavy snow load, it's going to start sagging right down here. That's my only concern with this tent. But it is much cheaper than the Fjällräven Abiskos, and it is pretty cool that it has the tunnel capability. So very, very, very cool. All right, folks, this is the tent now closed. So you can see the doors are closed up, and you can of course stake these out for more guy lines to more wind resistance. But you can see it's very wide in the front. I am pretty huge in the front. I honestly don't know why they made it so huge up in the front. Let's see how much space here is compared. This side, this left side, okay, has much less canopy. As you can see, the inner tent is right near the outer canopy, okay? But as you get to the other side, this side has a lot more space, okay? This side has a lot more space. See that? A whole bag could fit under there, and this side as well. You can see it has a lot more space when it comes to meeting the outer to the inner canopy. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. I wouldn't see why it would be bad, but definitely I'm worried about that snow load. That's the only concern. But other than that, it's a pretty cool tent. Okay. and it just puffs up your pad without blowing into it and creating fungus inside. So that's a pretty cool little thing. And of course you can use this stuff sack as an actual bag, so it has a multifunctional purpose. And then of course when you get down there, you don't have to exhaust yourself with to fill this mattress. Took me like 30-40 breaths, so it's very exhausting. But with this stuff sack, you can see it's filling up real fast. Probably 3 or 4 pumps is all I need to it. Pretty self-explanatory. Pump number 4. One more. So much easier to fill than actually exhausting yourself by blowing on it. And that's done. It's like maybe 7 pumps or something. That's pretty good. And we'll just close it up. Oops, sorry about that. Maybe one more pump. Lost a lot of air. This. That's pretty cool. Now we'll see right here. Vango tent. That's right in there. You kind of get a picture how big that is in there. Let's fold this up real quick, just like that. And then I'll just jump on the mat. Just to give everybody a picture of what's going on. Pretty good. As you can see, it's not terrible, but if you're taller than 6'2", you're gonna feel it, okay? You're definitely gonna feel it. Look at this, folks. We just checked this out. Look at this tension band. There's actually a Velcro hole here that you can open up to let this easily slide so it doesn't interfere with the internal structure of the internal tent. So that's a lot of detail, attention to detail. These work very well. They're tensioned out, as you can see. And there's a lot of attention to detail in this tent. So it is interesting. Yeah, it's definitely a interesting tent. I think it's worth the 200. I'll have to test it out in the field, but pretty cool for a first setup. All right, folks, check this out. We just saw this detail here. This tension line is connected to a ring, which allows you to slide this up and down. And you can attach this to a tree, this guy to a tree, or you can do it to the ground, anything, or to your Jeep, whatever the case may be, up there, down there. So it is a lot of attention to detail. Pretty cool, pretty interesting.